Today's topic of conversation is a new qualifying format for 2019. Welcome back everyone to F1 Reviews. I've been away for a little while doing university stuff, if I'm being totally honest with you. I've joined university, done my first week now. I just wanted a week, not away from it all, but laid back a little bit. But today, while I was recording my review for the Russian Grand Prix, look at this, we've got the news that there could very well be, and it's very likely, that there will be a new qualifying format for 2019. Now, I think people forget that 2 years ago, we had a new qualifying format. The awful format that sort of counts down each position that goes away, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So rather than it being Q1, Q2, Q3, it was still that, but what it would be is there'd be timers for each position on the grid. So 2 minutes and then 20 positions gone, then you've got another 30 seconds and 19th is gone. That's how they were eliminated. This new format is a lot more simpler to explain, thank goodness. And the new format is much simpler, in that not only will there be Q1, Q2, Q3, there'll also be Q4. Quotes coming out today from Charlie Whiting and some of the board and directors at Formula One Management saying that there'll be a Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4 will have the top 8 runners. Now the idea behind this is that it will increase unpredictability and throw a few spanners in the works, which at the moment definitely happens, but is less likely to happen because of the gap that the top 3 teams have. You're always going to see them and then 4 others. Now, initial thoughts at the moment, because this is not set in stone and I want that to be clear, these are, well, I hate to report on rumours, but they are rumours, and the only reason I'm really doing this is because last time this happened, it came out, yes, we have a new qualifying system, and I really do believe this is something Formula One are looking at, and they want to change, despite the fact that I think, and I think a lot of people think, that the qualifying format works quite well, but it appears that a lot of the management there really want it to change, and that's why I think I wanted to have this little conversation with you guys this morning. So, pros and cons. Obviously, the pros is that unpredictability, and with the top 8 cars going through to Q4, that's definitely going to throw, like I said earlier, a few spanners in the work, especially if the weather's constantly changing. And you are more likely to see a Red Bull, a Ferrari, a Mercedes not in that top 10. On the other side of the coin, we could end up having a shootout, which is those guys and then 2 guys that are not going to be anywhere. So what's the point in running? So that'll definitely be something they have to look at there. But you got to think as well, is this trying to combat the problem that we've seen the last 2 weekends, this weekend in Russia, the previous weekend in Singapore, where those drivers at the lower end of the top 10 who started on the quicker tyre suffered in the race because of the strategy. That's happened to my boy Romain Grosjean twice in a row. That happened to the Renaults out in Singapore. It almost happened to the Force Indias this weekend in Russia. Ended just about in that top 10. So there's definitely still little issues with qualifying. Is it issues with the format? It's a real interesting one, but for sure, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 definitely has the potential to mix it all up, which I think is exactly what they're trying to do right now, especially Liberty Media. They're trying to make it not your run-of-the-mill Mercedes and Ferrari win every weekend. Yes, we've had 3 Red Bull wins this year, which is more than they've had for quite some time, but they still want to see more unique stories about each race, and that's what Liberty have been bought in to do, and that's what they've wanted to do when they bought out Formula One. They want to make a show, they want to make a spectacle, and so these reports that are coming out today look very likely, and in my opinion, I think it'd be a good thing. I really do. There's, like I said, there's not really many drawbacks, and being a fan of the midfield fight, I think this will really help out there. Again, on the other side of the coin, those 2 drivers that do get through into the top 8, that aren't in those top 3 teams, they might suffer even more. So that's really going to have to be something that Formula One management looks at. And just to clear it up as well, in the new format, those who finish 9th and 10th will have tyre choice. So it's a real interesting one, and it's one that I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Nothing is set in stone yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if by the time we get in Melbourne next year, we have a brand new qualifying format. Thanks, guys, for watching. As always, the Russian Grand Prix review the review of the Russian Grand Prix will be out later this afternoon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.